couple of months ago, well, last year to be honest, I had to travel an awful lot for work, and I didn't want to take my really expensive polychromos with me or any of the other expensive ones I've got. So I was looking for some really nice colour pencils that I could take with me that wouldn't cost the earth if I lost them. So I saw these Artezas and was really intrigued by them and impressed by the very good reports that I was hearing, so sent away for a set of the 72. I've been really pleased with them. They've got a really nice colour variety. The barrels, unlike the luminance for example, have got very clear print on them. You can see straight away what they are. They sharpen beautifully. I mean, here's my little sharpener, and they come up beautifully. They do tend, when you're colouring with them, to produce a little bit of dust, but they're actually pretty good, and they layer, and I like them. So I was absolutely intrigued when I saw that Arteza had brought out a 120 set, and I wanted to know what the difference was in the colours that came with the 120 set and the existing ones, and was it worth buying them. I contacted Arteza, and they really, all they could do was send me a colour swatch online, which really, frankly, was very little help. So in the end, I bit the bullet and sent away for a set. And here they are. Oh, if only I could colour like this. Anyway, I wanted to know what the colours and differences were with the original set and the new set, and I thought others would like to know that too. So I went ahead. I do all my swatches on both in a book and on swing tags, so that it's easy to compare colours from different sets. So I'd already swatched the original ones, and then I sorted out and swatched the new ones as well. But it would be much easier to do it differently, to see what the new ones were. So I have. I'll start with the yellows. Now, the very first one, of course, is obviously they do a quartz white, and I've not bothered swatching that. White is white. It's not a brilliant white. It's okay. It's not perfect, but it does. But the first change is that in the original set, they had a colour called ivory, and they've renamed that. They've now called it jasmine yellow in the new set, but it's exactly the same number and it's exactly the same shade. They've also added in a cream and one they call fluorescent yellow. Now, I could not see fluorescent yellow in the tin at first, and this is it. It's actually really green colour on the barrel. So, but it's there. So what difference does it make? Well, this was what was there before. Obviously ivory, turmeric, they've now called it turmeric yellow. Lemon, they've now called it lemon yellow. Yellow ochre, sunflower, now sunflower yellow, Tuscan sun, and honey. And yellow sapphire, which for some reason they've now called sapphire yellow, but again, exactly the same shades. So you've got your original yellows plus the jasmine yellow, but it's actually ivory, and the two new ones, cream and fluorescent yellow. Moving on to the orange, we've got pumpkin orange, blood orange, coral, marmalade orange, apricot, and peaches and cream, which were in the original set. And to that they've added, because these are all the new ones on this side, vermilion, ginger, and rust orange, which I think are quite useful add-ons to this, and they're quite deep and quite strong, and I think very helpful, and they do go on beautifully. I've been very pleased with those. Moving on, looking at the pinks and the reds, There's a lot of new reds, lot. A Venetian red, a cherry red, a Spanish red, burgundy, wine red and earth red. Really, really good for skin tones if you do portraits. And they join the original ones of rose red, carmine red, crimson, no crimson red, garnet red, passion fruit red and magenta. So yeah, I can see those being very helpful. I would certainly use wine red quite a bit. Now we come on to the pinks, and the first two actually are the existing ones, peony and peony pink, flamingo and flamingo pink. And what they've done is just simply change the colour on the barrel. It's actually quite difficult to see this clearly because this one is pink macaroon. I don't think I've written that down. Yes, I have. Macaroon originally is now become macaron in the new one, but they're both still pink macaron. But there is a very definite shift. I don't know if the camera will pick that up in colour tones between the two. It's very subtle, and they've done that on a few of them, and it's much better because they are much more reflective of what the actual colour is in the core. So that's an improvement. So moving on. We're going on to the purples. And here we've got plum purple, eggplant purple, iris, purple iris. I don't know how you pronounce this. Oob, purple, lilac, lavender, amethyst, which is now amethyst purple. Those were all in the original set. And they've added to that orchid purple, royal purple and violet, which again are really quite useful, I think. And they do definitely add to what was there before. The blues have always been a bit, if you like lots of seascapes, they've always been lots of greeny blue tones in there, as in with turquoise and ultramarine, peacock blue, another sort of going greeny, robin egg blue, periwinkle blue. That's got a very definite colour shift change on the barrel. Aegean blue, indigo, ocean blue and blueberry blue. And they've brought in all these new ones, quite luscious, aren't they? This Egyptian blue is fantastic. Sky blue, sapphire blue, Prussian blue, deep teal, midnight blue and sea blue. Lovely, nice colours there. Then we can go to the greens. So there's always quite a good selection of greens. Lime green, pear, absinthe, spring, matcha. Love that matcha, use it a lot. Mint, emerald, basil, fern, sage, jade, shamrock, moss and forest green. And to that they've added a lovely apple green, really beautiful, a spearmint green, parakeet green, jungle green and olive green, which again was going to be very useful. And blacks, they've even added 2 more blacks. We had noir originally, but now we've got a really black onyx black and an ash black, which is sort of going a bit grey. In the browns, we had originally camel, coyote, burnt ochre, sienna brown, cinnamon, dark chocolate brown, which is now brown, they've added the brown in the new ones, cocoa brown and espresso brown. And they've added on hazelnut brown, which I can see being very useful, burnt umber, raw umber and raw sienna. Lovely. They've also added, and I'm not so sure about these at all, these metallics. I mean, this one, unicorn purple, seriously? Does it look purple at all to you? Because it doesn't to me. It looks more of fawny brown. The silver, that really does come up with a great sheen. Gold, copper and that lovely dreamy blue, which I would probably use just as a blue, frankly. So I like the silver. I'm not convinced about the others. But still, there they are. They are what they are. It's when you get to the greys that the real change is hit. because they were always a bit thin on grey. Elephant grey, space grey. They've renamed that one in the new one and they've called it cloudy grey, but it is the same one. Smoke grey, pewter grey and charcoal grey. But look what they've added in. Fog grey, dolphin grey, stone grey, mushroom grey, koala grey, concrete grey, shadow grey, storm grey and steel grey. Both warm and cool tones coming through. And I think that's really going to help. So, is it worth buying the tin of 120? Well, what I love most of all, of course, would be if Arteza did a top-up set with the extra 48 colours in. But that's not happened. So is it worth buying these? Well, I guess it depends. I think they're, for the money, amazing quality. I certainly encourage people starting to try mine and to use these. And are they worth buying the extra one? I think, obviously, I would think yes. You can never have too many colours. And I bought mine on Amazon and they were actually not bad. I mean, retail price in England is about £60 in the UK. But you know, what's the other set? About 30? It's quite a lot extra, but is it worth it? I think so. But only you can decide that for yourself. Are the extra colours going to be useful for you? Are you going to use them? And if so, why not? Lovely colours, love the pens, the pencils, and have to say I think Arteza's customer service is second to none. So, let me know what you think. Any questions? Please don't hesitate to ask. And if I can find out how to do it, I'll put my notes pinned to the pin underneath. Okay, all the best. Stay safe. Bye.